Port Townsend is located in the state of Washington on the Olympic Peninsula, a couple of hours by road and ferry northwest of Seattle. It was easy to fall in love with this town. To my joy, I had been invited for house sitting and garden watering for 3 weeks by two dear friends and classmates with whom I had grown up in our American boarding school in India. Originally the home of Native Americans, the settlement of Port Townsend soon was becoming the major trading center for Northwest United States, rivaling the smaller nearby Seattle. However, when the railroad came to Seattle, it quickly surpassed Port Townsend and grew into the major city that it is today. We learn about the earlier Port Townsend through a sign in town which tells the tale of two cities. The docks were downtown. The sign tells us that in the day, the downtown was a rough and rowdy place, full of bars and brothels which entertained sailors from around the world. Uptown was where the finer stores were built, along with the churches, libraries, and quiet neighborhoods. To get from downtown to uptown, you would start from the Heller Fountain, a prominent gathering place to this day. The fountain features the Greek sea nymph Galatea. From the fountain, you would then climb the long flight of stairs up to a more gentle world. Being a United Methodist, Sunday morning found me climbing the stairs and walking up the hill to the United Methodist Church. I had read that it was the first congregation to be formed in town 170 years earlier. It was a huge surprise to find that on this particular Sunday morning, they were celebrating the 150th anniversary of their church building. There was a balloon drop during the children's sermon and the singing of Happy Birthday to the building. And after church, a delicious potluck dinner for everyone attending. A new cross was dedicated. It had been built by a church member from pieces of the church's original altar rail. I learned later that it was built by the cousin of Gail Clausen, spouse of Lloyd Clausen, another classmate and close friend from my school in India. What a small world. The day before, I had purchased peppers in the weekly Saturday's farmers market held across the street from the church. Every Thursday evening, there was live music and dancing down at the docks. And there were musical groups and individuals performing and entertaining throughout the week. One evening, I was invited to the home of Suzanne and Richard Friedrichs for dinner. They were also schoolmates of mine from our school located in the Himalayan mountains of North India. A very enjoyable part of my visit to Port Townsend has been reading Richard's most recent and excellent book, Wind Horse Warrior. It is a fictional account of the Chinese communist takeover of Buddhist Tibet and is dedicated to all who dream of a more just and beautiful world. I was happy to have my copy signed by Richard. Also dining with us that evening was David and Julie McCullough, another schoolmate of mine from India. He and his wife Julie had moved to Port Townsend in the 70s, interested in boat building. However, in a short time, they had started Elevated Ice Cream, a place that most every visitor to Port Townsend, to their delight, discovers. At first, they sold their ice cream out of an old elevator cage taken from one of the hotels, hence Elevated Ice Cream. Their importance to the city was affirmed when Julie was elected mayor of Port Townsend. On my last Saturday, I learned about the annual cake picnic. A number of bands took turns playing throughout the afternoon. There was a Mardi Gras kind of feel to the merriment. After standing in a short line, I was presented with a delicious and free piece of cake. I was glad I was there. Truthfully, one of the things I have enjoyed the most is boat watching. Boats of all kinds, shapes, and sizes. The ferries which left and returned every couple of hours always caught my eye and imagination. Boat Haven is an appropriate name for one of the marinas full of lovely boats, and I long to jump on board one of them and head out to sea. There's a whole lot more I could say and share about Port Townsend. However, before this video gets too long, I'll save the rest for next time. One thing I'm sure of, Henry and I will be coming back.